Listen carefully. He smuggled donkeys.
There was once a clever old smuggler. One day he came to the border with a donkey. The donkey had many bundles of straw. The official at the border felt suspicious about him. The official wanted to see inside the bundles. So he pulled apart the man's bundles. There, however, was nothing valuable in the straw. The official said, "I'll let you pass, but I'm sure you're smuggling something. I will certainly find it someday." The smuggler kept crossing the border. Each day for 10 years, the man came to the border with the donkey. Although the official searched the straw bundles on the donkey's back, he could never find anything valuable in them. Many years later, after the official had retired, he happened to meet the smuggler in a marketplace. He said, "Please tell me, I beg you, what were you smuggling? Tell me, please." The old smuggler grinned and said, "Donkeys."
Listen carefully. Do you have ears?
The human ear is amazing. We can hear a range of sound from about 0.2 to 20 kilohertz. Our ear catches sound waves and sends the waves to our brain. On a clear day, we can hear sound very clearly. We can also hear underwater, but the sense is greatly reduced. Some animals can even hear very well underwater. For example, killer whales can hear much better than us, up to 125 kilohertz. But we can't see their ears. Do you know why? It's because killer whales hear through their jaws. The whale's jawbone catches sound waves. The sound waves move along the jawbone to the back. They go up to the whale's inner ear, and the whale hears the sound waves. Not only do they hear the sounds of other creatures and boats, but also they hear themselves. This great sense of hearing helps them find food.
Listen carefully. An unlucky robber.
Brian was going to rob a bank. He passed a row of Express Bank ATMs and went through a glass door. He walked up to a clerk standing behind a counter. Without saying a word, Brian handed him a newspaper. There was a note inside the newspaper. It read, "Give me all you have." The clerk read the note. He looked puzzled. Then he said, "Do you know you are in a copy store?" Oops! It turned out that Brian went to the wrong building. He had opened the door marked Image Express. When Brian left, the clerk immediately called the police. Shortly after, Brian found an express bank in another part of town. This time, he robbed it successfully. Brian, however, was caught by the police at a gas station. How did the police find him? The unlucky robber was at the gas station because his truck had a flat tire. He called 911 for help.
Listen carefully.
Walnut-shaped brain.
The human brain looks like a big walnut. It has two halves. The two halves work together all the time. We even use them when we are asleep. Different parts of the brain control different things. Humans aren't the only ones with a brain, though. Animals have a brain too. However, the size, shape, and the way it is used may be different. For example, a dolphin's brain is very different from our brain. A dolphin's brain has two halves, like a human brain, but the way it is used is different. Half of the dolphin's brain always sleeps or rests, while the other half helps the dolphin breathe. Isn't that interesting? Brains may be different, but one thing is for sure. The brain is very important for all living things. We couldn't do anything without our brain.
Listen carefully. Chop, chop, chopsticks.
In much of Asia, food is usually eaten with chopsticks. The word chop means fast, as in the phrase chop chop. Chopsticks are two long, thin pieces of bamboo or other wood. They are also made of other kinds of materials. Some chopsticks are made of plastic, porcelain, animal bone, metal, or jade. During the Middle Ages, wealthy people often used silver chopsticks to avoid poison. They thought poison changed the color of silver. No one knows when chopsticks were first used. Some people think that Confucius helped the development of chopsticks. Confucius believed knives were too violent for the table. He advised people to use chopsticks instead of knives. So food was prepared bite-sized and all you needed were chopsticks. Today, chopsticks are used in Korea, Japan, Vietnam, as well as China. Chopsticks are the world's second most popular eating tool. The most popular is the fingers.
Listen carefully.
Congratulations, Copycat.
There was an important birthday party in the science world. The world's first cloned cat, Copycat, just became a mother in September. She even did it without test tubes. She had 3 kittens. 2 of them look like their mother, and the third one has a gray coat like his father. Their father is Smokey, a naturally born tabby cat. He was brought in to mate with CC. Mother and the kittens are doing well, said Dwayne Kramer, a veterinary medicine professor. The kittens are cute. We thought people should know about their birth, Kramer said. He helped clone the cat and has been taking care of her ever since. He is hoping it doesn't cause a frenzy like CC's birth. CC got international attention after she was cloned.